you're very talented. You could tell that through like you're a good chef. So like if I was under you, I'd be like, I want to work to impress this girl because whatever she's going after, I want to follow. So I feel like the first chef in season 3 was like, ugh. And then the second one, she definitely, I feel like, grew on it. But at first I was like, girl, just you gotta be here to grow and learn and get, But what would you say with the comparison of the season 3 that the head stew there? I feel like, in my personal opinion, she reminded me of some girls in my high school that didn't like me very much or made me feel like, oh, well, you know, you got a big forehead, Tzarina, you got a big nose, you're not as good of a dancer. And I would feel shitty about myself. And I'm not saying like, so how do you deal with different personalities that you may not get along with so well or make you feel a certain way, or there's that frenemy thing? How did you deal with that in the moment? And we saw some on camera, but how would you deal with it off camera?
To tell the truth, like, I loved my first season, and I couldn't figure out why, even when I was sneaking off on my therapy sessions on my second season. Like, I was kept being like, I don't understand why it's so different. But then after my therapist watched the season, she explained to me that my first season I had other neurodivergent people on there working with me, and my second season I was the only neurodivergent person, so that's why it felt like school, and I couldn't fit in with anyone or really find a close friend because I was so isolated.
Right.
Because, and it was, I never thought that so much emotion would come out on, a worldwide national TV show, and but it makes a huge difference. And I know that captains in the industry, sometimes like there are personality checks and tests and stuff that you can do as well, and like you kind of get put under like a color category, so you'll know that you need like 3 reds, 3 greens and stuff, so people can get along and not feel so isolated. And it was just such a drastic difference. I left my first season with friends for life,
Yeah.
and the second season after that, like I'm still, I can't, some of them like I know would probably be like, but I'm your friend.
I just felt like you connected to a bigger audience in season 3, even though the experience for you might have been harder. I do think like I was like, wow, doesn't anybody else see how like she's being treated? Like that was going off in my head constantly. And obviously they're editing it and shifting it around. But like I think that your fan base, I would assume, got bigger from just that connection. How do you think like food and routine and self-care affects your ADHD and your relationship? Like how does the ADHD and your relationship with food affect it, connecting to Below Deck in your day-to-day life now? How does that connect?
It's so difficult because I feel like the yachting industry, and especially Below Deck, everything is so like military. Like this is how you're meant to act, this is how you're meant to talk, and I almost feel like in the yachting industry I have to kind of pull down this mask. And I don't eat, I don't sleep, which is really bad for ADHD anyway on a good day. And then your hormones are out of whack and you're emotional. Like I am, I'm not actually a huge crier.
Oh, I am.
And for some reason every time I'm on, like on Below Deck, I'm there in tears. But I just try and maintain like a healthy balance. Like thankfully, like I'm biohacking and I have a great biohacking doctor. I have my therapist and stuff, but I don't look after myself when I'm in the yachting industry, and I can see it affect my mental health, my hormones, everything. So then, as soon as I'm off the boat, like boom, it's like a week of bone broth. It's everything's biodynamic, organic food. So I'm trying to eat as much as I can, but also fast in the day and like get that balance back, because otherwise, when my hair starts falling out, I get really depressed.
Well, I watched your stories on the bone broth. I watched your journey on it. You guys got to watch Tzarina on her Instagram stories. She takes you through the journey. I loved that, which will connect me to the next question of being a single mom and wanting to get my daughter has ADHD. When she doesn't eat the right foods, she is all out of whack, and she's a competitive gymnast. So what? And here's the thing: I am on a budget. So are there like 3 food items I should always have in my house that aren't processed that I should be like, this is be good for my kid?
Well, it's so difficult because to be healthy in America, it's so expensive. Well, in any country, to tell the truth, because especially if she's a gymnast, like she needs that high protein, and proteins are so expensive. And then also because of the ADHD, you have to get kind of organic and the best meats, because otherwise the meat has hormones and stuff pumped into it, which is going to be even worse
Organic.
for their ADHD. So it's just like, if you're creating an athlete, unfortunately, you're gonna have to put some money behind it. But
So it's
what I
money.
always say is, I normally make like a really healthy packed soup, which I blend, and it's normally like
Oh,
butternut based, but with like all the vegetables and anything you can think of, and like, if you want to use the stock from like even a bone broth can that you get from the supermarket, as long as it's all organic, or the bags of it, and add that into it. And I would basically make enough for 3 days, but like one day have it with as a sauce of pasta with putting chicken on top, then
oh,
having it as a soup, and then using it as a sauce, or, a steak or something. So you know that you're getting that nutritional value, and you stretch that out through 3 days.
okay.
And it's
I
and
like that.
good, you know.
Also, a soup like that you can put in a container in the car because we drive about an hour to her gym because
And
she's
then
that
also
like.
you can freeze it.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, I'm getting the amazing jewels. I'm gonna work on this week. Is there a five? Is there like a snack? Because she's a big snack person. Is there any healthy snacks that you can recommend? Because my boyfriend was like, you can't give her crackers that's processed. I'm like, is it? He's like, where are crackers made from?
If she's working out, what I would do is literally butterfly a chicken breast, but loads of like seasonings and nice stuff on it, and just do slices of it, and just let her
Oh,
eat that. I would put turmeric and ginger and cracked pepper, so it's antioxidants, and like, a tub of blueberries as well, and then that is going to be perfect for her exercise. It's high protein and antioxidant, and
I,
simple.
blueberries and chicken, baby. All right, I love it. This is great. We are getting down to the wire here. I mean, this I could talk to you forever. But I'm mindful of your time, and I'm very excited that we have Tzarina on today. So we're gonna do our rapid fire Q&A before we wrap up and tell everybody what you're up to and where we can follow you. Okay, you ready for the rapid fire? Oh,
Oh,
is it?
rapid fire! This little one wants to join it.
Oh, my daughter's a big cat fan. Oh my gosh, how cute! What's your cat's name?
Talia, gift from heaven.
Talia.
But she's actually the devil, which is a coincidence.
I love it. Well,
Yeah.
Talia, are you ready? And Tzarina, you guys ready? Here we go. Coffee or tea?
Tea and decaf.
TFT. Morning bird or night owl?
Night, no, morning, definitely. Nighttime asleep, like about 7 o'clock in the evening if I could.
Ooh. Wine or beer?
Wine.
Me too. Which captain besides Captain Jason would you like to work with? Sandy, Glenn, or Carrie?
It's see, this I get stuck on, because obviously I don't want to upset anyone. But I working with them, I'd rather just have a dinner with them, But I feel
Yeah.
like I haven't
If
worked
you
with a female one for a while, so I feel like let's go with a Sandy. But then
love it. They're all great, but if you had to have one more season, like what would you and I think that's a great idea. Like Sandy, yeah, kick-ass female captain. Smoker or non-smoker?
I sometimes vape, but when I'm
I
really stressed.
Yeah. What one thing you would change about yachting?
The safety for crew members.
How comfortable are the bunk beds in yachting?
Horrible. Horrible. But you're hardly sleeping, so it's just a place to lay down.
Favorite food on charter to snack on?
I normally always just eat leftover mashed potatoes.
I love leftover mashed potatoes. They're cold too. I eat them freaking cold.
Yeah, eat it cold. I just know it's got fat and, carbs in it. Keeps you going. I just eat it out of a plastic pot.
I do that. Okay, and wait, I didn't have this one, but I don't know. Do you have a chef you would die to work with that's in the industry?
Um,
Off the top of your head?
in the yachting industry, like below deck, or just in
In
general.
general. In general.
Probably Yotam Ottolenghi.
Oh, nice. All right, we're manifesting that for
Yeah, manifest
2026.
Yotam, please. Yotam, come to me.
Yes. Well, and then speaking of that, what's next? And what will you be? Is there anything we should know about or tune into? And where can everybody follow you?
So follow me on Instagram with at Chef Tzarina, And the stuff that's coming up, I'm not allowed to talk about yet.
Ooh.
So,
Yes.
but yeah, it's a really exciting year for me coming up. Last year was kind of laying low and getting everything in preparation for then this year to be big. Last year was my rest year, and now I have to go back to work. So, trying to get myself camera ready, dieting, getting my face done later.
You look beautiful. If like this is what like I mean, seriously, you look beautiful. And any last word? Okay, so we're gonna put your Instagram following everything in the actual recording as well, so you guys can follow Tzarina. I appreciate you so much. I hope that when you're in New York, you come see me live, or if I know you're in the States right now, but we're hopefully gonna connect in person as well. And yeah, if we need a chef on my show and if the Divorce Diary series becomes a reality, we're just calling you up. You're it.
Perfect. I'll come. I'll come hang out with a load of divorcees. Be like, sit down, tell me everything.
I worked on set. I worked on set with somebody on Gravesend who was on Below Deck.
Really?
Oh, yeah, wait. Thank you, Tzarina Mace-Ralph, the amazing chef from Below Deck Under. But not only that, she's a great chef, mental health advocate, cook. You gotta like follow her. She's got a whole other stuff going on that's going to be amazing for women and men. And like I'm gonna follow her techniques for getting my kid healthy and right on the ADHD. Thank you, Tzarina, so much for coming on the show.
Oh no, thank you so much for having me. It's been really, really nice.
Next up, she's going to be cooking for a bunch of my divorced friends or my wedding. I have a boyfriend who's amazing. If we get married, you'll be coming over here.
I'm already telling you your name, aren't you?
And then he's going to be like, "Why are you talking about us getting married?" I'm like, "Just stay tuned." All right, stay tuned for more Divorce Diaries.
Will actor meets your heart. Divorce Diaries. It's a brand new start.